In today's session, I'll be working on a small but highly detailed Dotwork Mandala tattoo, placed on the side of the face, right on the cheek next to the ear. This is a delicate area where precision matters, both for aesthetics and for skin safety. When it comes to small designs like this, especially on the face, one of the first things to consider is the stencil. Facial skin is soft, curved, and prone to moisture and wiping. That means the stencil can fade quickly or smear, especially when you're cleaning the area during the process. To avoid losing the design, I start by locking in the structure using a single dotted outline around each shape of the mandala. This helps secure the design visually, even if the stencil starts to vanish midway. It's like anchoring the blueprint before the real work begins. For this tattoo, I'm using a 0.30mm 3-liner needle cartridge, one of my favorite configurations for this kind of precision dot work. And I'm using Dynamics Triple Black and Full Black, both at full strength, not diluted with water. This gives me deep saturation while allowing me to control contrast manually through dot density rather than tone. Once those dotted outlines are placed, I move on to the actual filling, one dot at a time. Every shape in the mandala gets carefully filled in, paying close attention to the contrast. I'm building a smooth gradient from dark to light just by hand and eye, not relying on machine tricks or patterns. The key here is control. Dot work requires patience. Especially with a fine liner like this, it's not about speed, it's about balance. Each dot matters, and spacing is everything. Now let's talk about depth. With such a thin needle, blowouts are always a risk, especially in sensitive areas like the face. Around the ear, the skin is thinner and less elastic, which means it's easier to go too deep and cause ink migration under the skin. That's why I always start very shallow. I listen to the skin. I watch how it reacts. If needed, I adjust my voltage or hand pressure on the fly. For this session, I worked around 9.5 volts, but that's with my specific machine. Keep in mind, voltage settings are never one size fits all. If you're using a machine with a stronger motor or different gav, that same 9.5 volts could be way too aggressive. Always test your setup first on a practice surface or fake skin to dial it in safely. Another tip, take short pauses to stretch and clean gently. Over-wiping the face can irritate the skin, so be strategic. Use minimal glide and blot instead of rubbing. When working this close to the ear, comfort is also a big factor for the client, so communication is key. While you're watching this time lapse, pay attention to how the mandala slowly builds up, not with heavy lines or packed shading, but dot by dot. That's the beauty of this style. It takes time, but the result is elegant, minimal, and striking. As we near the end, you'll notice the final shape begins to form a natural rhythm, a symmetry that pulls the whole piece together. That's the reward of patience and dot control. For beginner artists who want to try dot work, especially on the face, I'd say this. Start small, understand skin behavior, and practice your gradients on paper first. It teaches you how light, medium, and dense dot work look before you even touch a machine. That's it for today's piece. A subtle but powerful facial mandala done entirely in dots. If you found this video helpful or satisfying, make sure to leave a comment or share it with another artist who loves blackwork and facial placement. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep your hands steady, your lines clean, and your respect for the craft high.